Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in. As we can see guys, the price of Bitcoin right now is flashing us a very interesting scenario, a scenario which is pointing us where the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term, where the price of Bitcoin for the coming days might be possibly heading. So before I start talking about it, I want you guys to do me a favor and quickly destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And also a quick reminder to those individuals who are unaware about this free 200 USDT futures position airdrop from Bybit, then I suggest you guys to check the video description, because Bybit right now is providing around free 200 USDT futures position airdrop, either Bitcoin USDT position, Ethereum USDT position, or Solana USDT position. All the links are in the description down below. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to grab this opportunity. Now, if you look at this price action here in a 4-hour time frame, you can see nothing much has changed. I mean, on my previous video, I showed you that in the medium short term, we might see some relief rally, price getting attracted in between the 60,000 62,000 before deciding an actual trend duration. And you can see guys, after testing the support from this broadening wedge, the price of Bitcoin started showing this bullish move. So if this here is going to play out like an actual continuation, a bullish continuation pattern, then we have to find support above 62,000 at any cost, because finding support above that range parallelly means we have found support at one of the most important trend line, which will be acting as resistance in the upcoming days. Yes, you heard that correctly guys. This bottom CPI line is going to be looked as a line where we could be getting attracted in between 60,000 62,000, but this line is going to be one of the most important line of resistance. And as long as the price remains below this bottom CPI line, which sits around 62,400, let's be careful. Be careful, because we don't want to get trapped in a move like this. Price after some small pullback, again starting with another continuation here like this, but at the end, after testing the resistance from this bottom CPI line, to show another continuation of free fall type of movement around S1 and even up to S2 line. And the reason why we are expecting this kind of move is very simple, because you can see guys, I showed you according to this ascending broadening wedge, a bearish continuation pattern, the price has already broken the most important support line, support from this lower trend line, and this same line acted as resistance when the price of Bitcoin tried to break above it. But now, if you look at this continuation pattern, lower highs, lower lows continuation pattern, which is a bearish continuation pattern, but since we are testing the lower trend line, we have said even if this year is going to be another bearish continuation pattern, first there could be a rally, a small relief rally, price coming back to test the resistance around this upper trend line, just like here from the past price action, before choosing an actual trend duration. So that is another reason why the price of Bitcoin must break above 62,000 if we want to show an actual bullish continuation for the upcoming days, because remaining below or staying below this bottom CP line around 62,400 62,500 could result in another continuation after some rally, small relief rally. And why? Because if you simply look at this price action using a parallel channel or double top type of formation, doesn't matter. You can see we have already broken one of the most important support line, which we had around 60,000. So this here, right, could be a small relief rally, price coming back to test this key line. The line which previously acted as support could be attracting us, but in our case, it is going to be looked as resistance. Yes, guys, since the price of Bitcoin, unfortunately, is below this horizontal trend line around 60,000, this trend line is also going to be acting as resistance, and price after this small relief rally around 60,000, 62,000 could show another continuation here to the downside, because we know it is not just only this horizontal trend line resistance, it is not just only this bottom CPI line resistance, but even if you look at this price action here in a daily time frame, in a daily time frame, we have broken another support from this descending triangular bearish continuation pattern. So in the medium short term, if we fail to regain our strength, above this lower trend line, then please guys, please be aware, because in that case we could be showing another continuation, price following this lower highs, lower lows continuation pattern type of formation, right? and then heading towards the price opportunity, which sits in between 50,000 54,000. Yes guys, the bearish target according to this descending triangle sits around 50,000 54,000. So that is another reason we want the price of Bitcoin at any cost to jump above 62,000 to invalidate this bearish move, because we can see guys, according to this Williams alligator indicator, since this here, right, I've already talked about this plenty of time in my video, since this here is a bearish crossover, blue line appearing at the top, green line at the bottom, relief rally in the past price action resulted in a corrective move. So this relief rally, which could be programmed here for the medium short term, could be resulting in another corrective move like this, because I showed you, right, blue line appears at the top, green line at the bottom when the price is preparing itself for a downtrend. You can see blue line is at the top, green line at the bottom, price started showing weakness. Blue line at the top, green line at the bottom, price started showing weakness, right? So that's why this is another bearish crossover here in our Williams alligator indicator. So if we want to see an actual breakout, price breaking out from this Williams alligator indicator, in that case we have to get a confirmation from this RSI line. RSI line must jump above 50. MACD must form a bullish cross like this, right? And at the same time, this T3CCI indicator to come across the positive territory. So if we see that happening in our indicator here to the downside, then we know this will be looked as an actual continuation and not a fake out. Because if you look at this price action here, I mean, I showed you this on my previous video. In the past price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin has shown a retracement, has shown a corrective move around this rising trend line, the price, after testing this trend line, this rising trend line, has shown a very, very bullish move. And in our case, since we have lost one of the most important support, which we had around 60,000, now this could be small relief rally, but at the end, price slowly, right, price slowly following this rising trend line or heading towards this rising trend line, which could be again in between 50,000 54,000. So that is another reason why we need the price to break above the 62,000 resistance line at any cost, because remaining below that range means even this rising trend line here could be attracting us just like here from the past price action. So that is another reason why we have to monitor this price movement carefully, because failing to regain our strength above 60,000 means this trend line 54,000 might be attracting us. But I showed you, regardless of what might be happening in the medium short term in the upcoming days, in a bigger picture, Bitcoin still looks very, very bullish. I showed you we have already formed this accumulation area or oversold area. Now we might be in a process to form this actual marker phase. So once we overcome the resistance from this previous high, just like here from the past price action, you can see price forming an accumulation area, breaking the previous high, has resulted in a new marker phase, right? And only after that we have seen an actual distribution phase playing out in price action of Bitcoin. Same thing has repeated again and again. Accumulation phase, marker phase started after breaking the previous high. Only after that resulted in a distribution phase. Same thing here. You can see distribution phase, markdown phase. Price has already formed this accumulation phase, accumulation area. Now this could be a continuation to form this perfect marker phase, just like here from the past price action. So as soon as we find proper support above the previous high in a bigger picture, we are expecting price of Bitcoin to show a very, very bullish move, just like here from the past price action. So that is another reason. If you have any doubt, I suggest you guys to simply zoom out, because in a bigger picture nothing has changed. This relief rally could be just a temporary relief rally, price getting attracted towards this rising trend line before finding bottom, before starting with an actual impulsive move. Because in the past price action, we have found out whenever the price of Bitcoin went through the halving, what has happened before and after. You can see before halving, we were clearly following this rising trend line. Each and every retracement around this rising trend line resulted in a relief rally. Once we went through the halving, you can see the price of Bitcoin after that went parabolic. Same thing happened here. Before and after the halving, you can see we were clearly following this rising trend line, which acted as support. But when we went through the second halving, price found support at this rising trend line, we went parabolic. Same thing has happened again and again. So that is another reason, even if the price in a bigger frame starts showing weakness, right, it could be just a temporary retracement on this rising trend line before finding bottom, before starting with an actual impulsive move. So that is another reason why I'm suggesting you guys to simply zoom out if you have any doubts. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And also a quick reminder, if you haven't claimed this 200 USD future position airdrop from Bybit, then I suggest you guys to check the video description, because this is a free 200 USD futures position airdrop, either Bitcoin USD position, Ethereum USD position, or Solana USD position. All the links are in the description down below. Feel free to check it out, feel free to grab this opportunity. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.